God says, "Listen closely, my beloved soul, because sometimes there are moments in life that quietly ask for your attention. These moments are not always loud or dramatic. They often arrive in the middle of an ordinary day when everything around you seems completely normal. Yet within those ordinary moments, something meaningful begins to unfold. Right now you may feel that this is just another message appearing on your screen, but there is a reason your eyes stopped here and your mind paused for a moment. Sometimes the heart recognizes significance even before the mind understands it. Throughout life there are certain moments when awareness awakens in a deeper way. These are the moments when a person begins to reflect more carefully about their journey, their decisions, and the direction their life is moving toward. You may have noticed that recently your thoughts have been changing. Perhaps you have started thinking more seriously about your future or reflecting on the path you are walking. These thoughts are not random. They are often signs that your awareness is expanding and encouraging you to look at your life from a clearer perspective. God says every person walks through seasons of growth. Some seasons feel joyful and full of clarity, while others feel slower and more uncertain. During those quieter seasons it may feel as if nothing important is happening. Yet beneath the surface, understanding is growing. Just like a seed planted in the soil takes time to grow before the first leaf appears, your awareness is developing quietly even when you cannot immediately see the results. There may have been moments recently when you wondered why certain things in your life were moving slowly or why certain answers had not appeared yet. Many people experience these moments of reflection. But delays in life do not always mean that something is wrong. Sometimes life moves slowly because it is arranging the right circumstances for something meaningful to appear at the right time. God says the journey you have walked so far has already prepared you for new understanding. Every experience you have lived through has contributed to the wisdom you carry today. Some moments brought happiness and encouragement. Other moments brought challenges that required patience and resilience. Yet each of those experiences taught you something valuable about yourself and about life. You may not always realize how much you have grown because growth often happens gradually. One lesson leads to another. One realization leads to a deeper understanding. Over time your awareness becomes stronger and your ability to see your path clearly begins to increase. When this happens, you begin noticing the small details in life that once passed by without attention. God says awareness is a powerful guide. When a person becomes more aware, they begin recognizing opportunities that were always present but never noticed before. A simple conversation can inspire a new idea. A quiet moment of reflection can reveal insight about the direction of your life. Even ordinary experiences can carry lessons that help guide your future. Take a moment right now to breathe and allow your mind to become calm. Think about the path you have walked so far and the lessons you have learned along the way. Every step of your journey has brought you to this moment. Nothing you experienced was meaningless. Each experience helped shape the understanding you now carry within you. God says the most important thing right now is simply to remain open to awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts that inspire reflection and the ideas that encourage you to see your life from a new perspective. These moments of awareness are often the beginning of meaningful changes, God says, "Listen carefully again, my beloved soul, because moments of awareness often arrive quietly and many people overlook them without realizing how meaningful they truly are." Life moves quickly for most people. Days pass with responsibilities, conversations, plans, and worries that fill the mind. In the middle of this busy rhythm, it becomes easy to ignore the quiet moments that invite reflection. Yet those quiet moments are often the very places where deeper understanding begins. When your mind pauses and you begin thinking about your life more carefully, that pause can become the beginning of a powerful realization. You may have already noticed that certain thoughts have been returning to your mind recently. Perhaps you have been reflecting more about your direction in life or wondering whether certain decisions are leading you where you truly want to go. These reflections are not random thoughts that appear without meaning. They often represent the moment when awareness begins expanding. When awareness grows, you start seeing your life with a clearer perspective. Instead of moving automatically through routine, you begin noticing the meaning behind your actions and the possibilities around you. God says every journey includes periods of preparation. During these periods, life may appear quiet or even uncertain, yet beneath the surface understanding is developing. Think about how a sunrise slowly approaches before the first light appears in the sky. For a long time everything looks dark and unchanged, but the world is already turning toward the light. Your life can move in the same way. Even when nothing seems to be changing, something meaningful may already be developing. Quietly in the background. The experiences you have lived through recently were not random events placed in your path. Each one carried a lesson that helped you grow. Some experiences encouraged patience. Others helped you recognize what truly matters to you. At times you may have wondered why certain situations appeared when they did, but often those moments were guiding you toward a deeper understanding of your priorities and values. God says growth often begins with simple realizations. A person may suddenly recognize that their thinking has changed. Something that once felt important may no longer hold the same meaning. A goal that once seemed distant may now feel possible. These changes in perspective are powerful because they show that awareness is guiding your decisions. When awareness grows, you begin noticing opportunities that once seemed invisible. Conversations may inspire ideas you had never considered before. A quiet moment of reflection may reveal a new direction for your life. Even everyday experiences can carry guidance when you approach them with attention and curiosity. Life often speaks through small details rather than dramatic events. Take a moment to reflect on the lessons you have already learned along your journey. Think about the moments that helped you understand yourself more clearly. Even challenges that once felt difficult contributed to the wisdom you carry today. Without those experiences, your perspective would not be as strong as it is now. God says the most important thing you can do right now is remain attentive to your thoughts and experiences. Awareness does not require fear or urgency. It simply asks you to observe your life carefully. Notice the ideas that appear in your mind. Notice the conversations that encourage reflection. Notice the moments that inspire curiosity about your future. These moments can guide your understanding if you allow yourself the time to reflect on them. Life unfolds step by step, and each step reveals a little more of the path ahead. No one sees their entire future at once. Instead, the journey becomes clearer as awareness grows. When you remain patient and attentive, you begin recognizing which choices support your growth and which directions may not lead where you truly want to go. God says your story is still unfolding, and the understanding you are gaining now will help guide your next steps. The reflections you experience today may help shape the decisions you make tomorrow. When you trust the process of growth and remain open to learning, life gradually reveals the direction meant for you. God says, "Listen carefully again, my beloved soul, because there are moments in life when understanding begins to grow quietly inside a person before any visible change appears in the outside world." Many people expect life to change through dramatic events, yet most meaningful transformations begin through awareness. A person may continue living the same routine, walking the same streets, speaking with the same people, yet something within them slowly begins to shift. Their thoughts become deeper, their attention becomes stronger, and their perspective begins expanding in ways they may not have noticed before. You may already be feeling something similar in your own life. Perhaps certain thoughts have been returning to your mind again and again. Maybe you have been reflecting more about your goals, your choices, or the direction your life is taking. These reflections are not random thoughts appearing without meaning. They are often signs that your awareness is growing and guiding you to look more carefully at the path you are walking. God says awareness changes the way a person experiences life. When awareness is limited, people move quickly from one moment to another without truly noticing what is happening around them. But when awareness grows, everything begins to look different. A person starts paying attention to the details of their life. They notice the patterns in their choices, the lessons within their experiences, and the opportunities that appear in unexpected ways. The journey you have walked so far has already prepared you for this deeper awareness. Every experience you have lived through added something valuable to your understanding. Some moments taught patience. Some moments revealed strength you did not know you possessed. Others helped you recognize what truly matters to your heart. Even experiences that once seemed confusing played an important role in shaping your perspective. God says many people overlook the power of reflection. They believe progress only happens through action, yet reflection is often the moment when real understanding appears. When you take time to think about your life and your experiences, you begin connecting the lessons you have learned. You start seeing how different moments of your life relate to one another. Suddenly, situations that once seemed random begin to reveal deeper meaning. You may soon begin noticing subtle shifts in the way you think about certain aspects of your life. Something that once seemed complicated may now feel clearer. An idea that once felt distant may now seem possible. These small changes in perspective can have a powerful effect on your future because they influence the decisions you choose to make. God says the next stage of your journey will be shaped by the awareness you are developing now. When a person begins seeing their life clearly, they become more thoughtful about how they use their time and energy. They begin choosing paths that align with their values and goals. Instead of following habits automatically, they start making decisions with intention and purpose. Think about the growth you have already experienced. There was a time when certain challenges felt overwhelming, yet you found the strength to move through them. There were moments when uncertainty made the future seem unclear, yet you continued walking forward. Those experiences were not meaningless struggles. They were helping you develop the understanding that now guides your thinking. God says sometimes the most meaningful progress happens quietly. It begins with a thought, a realization, or a moment of clarity that helps you see something differently. That realization may seem small at first, yet it can gradually influence the direction of your life. When you begin thinking differently, your choices begin changing as well. Take a moment to breathe and allow your mind to become calm. When your mind is calm, it becomes easier to observe your life clearly. You can recognize which ideas inspire you and which directions truly feel meaningful. Calm awareness allows you to see possibilities that might otherwise remain hidden by distraction. God says, "Listen closely once more, my beloved soul, because when awareness begins growing within a person, there comes a moment when everything they have experienced starts making sense in a deeper way." Life rarely reveals its purpose all at once. Instead, it unfolds gradually, moment by moment, lesson by lesson. The things you once questioned may suddenly begin to feel meaningful. The situations that once seemed confusing may now appear as important parts of your journey. When understanding grows like this, a person begins to see their life with greater clarity and confidence. You may already feel that something inside your perspective has changed. Perhaps you are more thoughtful about your decisions than you once were. Maybe you notice yourself reflecting more carefully before reacting to situations. These small shifts are powerful because they show that your awareness has matured. Growth does not always come through dramatic changes. Often it appears quietly through the way a person begins to think differently about their life. God says every experience you have lived through has contributed to the person you are becoming. The joyful moments reminded you of the beauty of life and the importance of gratitude. The challenging moments taught you patience, resilience, and understanding. At times you may have wished certain experiences had never happened, yet those same experiences helped shape the strength and wisdom you carry today. Think about the path you have already walked. There were times when you faced uncertainty, moments when you questioned whether the direction you were taking was the right one. Yet even in those moments you continued moving forward. Each step you took brought you closer to the awareness you have now. The person you are today is stronger and wiser because of everything you have learned along the way. God says the future is not something that appears suddenly without preparation. It grows slowly through the decisions you make and the understanding you develop. Every thoughtful choice you make today helps shape the opportunities you will encounter tomorrow. When you approach life with awareness, you begin recognizing which paths support your growth and which directions may not align with the future you truly want. There may soon be moments where new ideas appear in your mind about what direction you want your life to take. These ideas may inspire curiosity and reflection. When these thoughts arise, allow yourself time to consider them calmly. Sometimes a simple idea can become the beginning of a meaningful change. God says patience is one of the most valuable qualities during times of growth. Understanding does not appear instantly. It develops gradually as you continue observing your experiences and learning from them. Just as a path becomes clearer with every step you take, your future becomes clearer with each lesson you understand. Take a moment to appreciate how far you have already come in your journey. Think about the challenges you overcame and the lessons you gained from them. Even when the path seemed uncertain, you continued moving forward. That perseverance helped you develop the awareness you now carry. God says awareness is a powerful guide because it allows you to see possibilities where others may only see confusion. When your mind is calm and attentive, you become more capable of recognizing opportunities that align with your growth. Conversations, ideas, and experiences may begin revealing insights that help guide your decisions. Remember that your journey is still unfolding step by step. You do not need to know every detail of the future in order to move forward with confidence. What matters most is remaining attentive to the lessons life is showing you right now. When you stay aware and patient, the path ahead becomes clearer with time. If this message touched your heart, comment, "I am ready for God's miracle."